why the fastest lap won't win the race, and what Haiden Deegan is quietly teaching the field. We're now into the US Pro Nationals, and the opening round at Fox Raceway, California didn't disappoint. Both classes were stacked, but as always, I turned my real focus to the 250cc class. Younger, less experienced riders fighting for podium honors. More heart, more chaos, more raw lessons. It's the class where emotion and pressure collide, and where you can learn the most if you know what to look for. In a class this deep, talent isn't the issue. Everyone can run a fast lap, everyone can throw down in qualifying, but winning a moto, and then backing it up for the overall, that's something else entirely. And if you've been watching closely, really watching, Haiden Deegan has been giving the rest of the field a masterclass in something far more advanced than raw speed. He's showing them how to win races. Let's break it down. Not through hype or surface level commentary, but through actual data, performance patterns, and race psychology across both motos. Mental composure, early speed. Degan didn't lead early in either moto. In fact, he spent the opening laps waiting. In Moto 1, he started 5th, hovered around 3rd, 4th, and only made his move around the halfway point. In Moto 2, he sat in 3rd for a full 5 laps while Beaumer led and Vialle tried to hold pace. Why does that matter? Because what most riders can't see in the moment is that leading a race comes at a cost, especially if you can't check out. If the riders behind are within striking distance, you're no longer racing the track, you're racing backwards. You start defending. You lose flow using defensive lines. You tighten up. You stop learning. Meanwhile, the rider in 2nd or 3rd is back there studying your every move, seeing where you break early, drift wide, or get caught and chop. That's exactly what Degan does. He waits, watches, and picks you apart lap after lap. And when he passes, he doesn't just roll by, he sprints. He gaps you. That's more than racecraft. It's psychological warfare. As David Goggins would put it, Degan is using the take their soul strategy. You think you've got me, and then I pass you and break you. That's the mindset. That's Degan. What happens when you can't break away? Take Julian Beaumer, for example. He's fast. That much is clear. He grabbed a great start in Moto 1 and 2 and led the opening 6 laps of Moto 2. But here's what happened. While Degan and Shimoda were still hitting 220s in the back half of Moto 2, Beaumer's laps slipped into the 223 to 25 range. He couldn't escape. And when you're leading but not pulling away, you're just putting a spotlight on your weaknesses. Degan had already studied him, so when he made the move, he went straight through. No scrapping, no hesitation. He was already gone. The real skill, pace management, and attack timing. Shimoda posted the fastest lap of Moto 2, a 2:19.931. Marchbanks, Hymas, Beaumer all ran lap times fast enough to win, but fast laps don't win races. Race pace does. Degan's lap string was a masterclass in controlled intensity. Moto 2 laps 4 to 12, 2 minutes 20.5 seconds, 2 minutes 20.9 seconds, 2 minutes 20.7 seconds, 2 minutes 21.7 seconds, 2 minutes 20.1 seconds, 2 minutes 22.2 seconds, 2 minutes 22.0 seconds, 2 minutes 23.0 seconds. Not only did he manage his race perfectly, he actually sped up after making the pass. That's not just fitness, that's clarity and conviction. Rider by rider insights, what each needs to refine. Haiden Deegan is showing incredible patience and race IQ. He's not trying to prove anything anymore, he's just trying to win. He lets others burn themselves out, then breaks them with a clean pass and sprint. Julian Beaumer struggles with early race ego. He's pushing too hard to prove he's fast instead of focusing on full race execution. Degan still lives rent-free in his head, and it shows. Hymas has trouble holding composure under pressure. After qualifying fastest, he crashed while leading with Degan closing in. He needs mock races where he's hunted to normalize that intensity. He loaded himself with pressure months in advance to this race, and when you've given it your all and someone's catching it can mess with your focus. Joe Shimoda seems slightly hesitant mid-race. He may still be riding with fear from past crashes. A year or so ago, we saw a different, more aggressive Joe, and that led to mistakes and crashes. I believe he is stuck between knowing how much to push and timing that in the race. To get back to form, he needs to trust his speed and strike with more conviction when the opportunity comes. Tom Vialle shows flashes of his GP skill, but still looks uncomfortable in US races. He's reacting instead of attacking. He seems to use shorter lines that breaks flow and momentum. Example, Juju going around the outside of him early in Moto 2. This isn't about speed, it's about internal belief and freedom leading to different decisions in the race. Garrett Marchbanks is being held back by his starts. He's heavier than most 250cc riders, which hurts him early. Once he's in the mix though, his pace is elite. He needs to figure out that first part of the race for his results to reflect his true speed. Bigger takeaway for riders and coaches. This isn't just a Degan breakdown, it's a shift in how races are being won. If you're leading but can't gap, you're a target. If you're chasing and can't close, you're burning time. It's about reading the field, making surgical moves, trusting your fitness and mental plan. Final thought, the ripple effect. Degan's winning strategy could begin shaking the confidence of the field. If these riders don't figure out what's happening soon, the gap won't just be physical, it'll be mental. But if they can stop trying to beat Degan and instead focus on executing their own race, there's opportunity to flip the script. The problem is, most don't even see what they're doing wrong. That's where the right coach, mentor, or analysis comes in. Beyond coaching, this is race intelligence. This isn't commentary. It's pattern recognition, race psychology, and program refinement for elite riders who want to stop guessing and start evolving. If you're trying to figure out how to go from fast rider to consistent winner, that's where I step in. I look at the data, the behavior, the race story, and translate it into actual progress. Because sometimes the edge you need is right in front of you. It's just not obvious.